Hey y'all, it's Vicky and welcome to another video. Today is Thursday, October 9th, and it's 7:58 a.m. Make sure my lights are off. And it is 46 degrees and it's 85% humidity. Hey, that's a good humidity for us this time of year, or any time of year. Most of the time it's in the 90s. So anyway, maybe that means it's going to get lower today. I don't even know what I think the high is supposed to be in the 70s. No, actually it says high 67. That's even better. Y'all, I love it when it's real fall and not fake fall. I just don't like fake fall when it's, still getting up into the 80s, even 90s. But when it's real fall, such as in the 40s and in the 60s during the day, absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Now we're getting to a point where we need more rain. We need some rain. But, as long as it rains during the week, I'm good. I just don't want it to rain on the weekends. But it is what it is. We'll take it when we get it. But we are getting a little dry again. All right. This video is about Sarasota Tim and anything else I want to talk about. But we're going to start off with Sarasota Tim. Now, just a disclaimer. I'm not here to beat the man up. I'm just here to have a little fun, just talk about things that I notice when I'm watching his videos. That's all it amounts to. I wish him the best, whatever that is. All right. So he's bought this Gold Wing and he's going out and riding it, trying out different sound systems. Now, first of all, I don't know anything about audio. I don't claim to know anything about audio. And this is the first thing I'm going to say about it. And I know to a lot of people, audio is important. But as long as I can hear you, if I want to hear you, I'm not going to beat you up about it. I'm just not. And I know there's a lot of people that it is important to them. But for a lot of people who watch YouTube, it's not. But if you're going to be a traveling motorcycle channel or whatever, then I'm assuming that's important. But we'll get into that in just a minute. We're going to talk about when he went to Walmart, wherever he's going, Planet Fitness, I don't know. He would not turn beside of because the police was there. And what was his answer? Something about there wasn't no reason to go that way, or, if nothing had to happen. I don't know exactly what he said. Anyway, it was like he was taking a chance. And what is he taking a chance of? Well, he claimed that he has, now this last video he done where he's cooking, he claimed he has a 30-day tag or whatever it is. I don't know. So I did a little AI search using Google and asked, could you get a 30-day tag or a temporary tag in Florida through the mail or through the internet, and then you print it out? The answer was no. So I printed it out. No, you cannot get a temporary tag in Florida by mail or internet yourself. They are typically issued by licensed dealer through the state's electronic temporary registration system or at a motor vehicle center. You can apply for one in person at a motor vehicle service center, or if you're purchasing from a dealer, they will handle the process for you. So if he purchased it through a dealer, he probably got one. But he supposedly didn't purchase it through a dealer. He purchased it through a private seller. Okay. Now, if you buy privately, you can drive up to 30 days with the bill of sale, but you will need to go to a motor vehicle service center, DMV, or tax collector's office to obtain a temporary tag. Now, did he go down to Florida and get that one day when he wasn't filming? I don't know. He might have, I guess. I guess anything's possible. But my thing is that I think he's running the previous owner's tag. And if that is the case, that previous owner is a lot braver than I would be. And also, I am still questioning whether he has actually purchased this motorcycle, this motor scooter, and he does call it a scooter, not just me, but he does. Is this just a trial session, and that the owner has agreed that if he don't, that he can get his money back in 30 days or something along those lines? We don't know. Because the more you see him and him talk, the more I think he's less thrilled with this Honda Goldwing. Now, I think it's pretty. I do. But I never heard him say he liked blue until he did. It was always the burgundy or red, whatever. And, you know, that's the one he kept showing in the pictures. And I always said that was one that he took a picture of that day when he went. I guess they're all from work and they're happy. Anyway, I just don't believe that. I don't want to say I don't believe. See, he's got my mind off track. I am questioning whether this is actually a final sale. But I guess only time will tell. Only time will tell. I know I'm messing my hair because that's what I do. All right, now, what else we got? Okay, he says there's a feral cat running around there. Well, why don't he buy the cat some cat food, take it out in the woods? Oh, I know, he's afraid he'll attract other animals. And I probably would be too, but, you know, don't be mean to the cat. That's my point. All right. So he talks about, you know, he's trying to get the best sound and whatever. And as I said, I'm no sound expert. But I did go to some traveling motorcycle channels, and I'll list them below them. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But I'll list them below, the ones that I glanced at. And then I also looked in their description box to see if they listed their equipment. And some of them did. Now, when going to that section and you're looking and you clicked on one of them's Amazon store and you go there, I mean, this person's equipment, now some of it is out of date, I guess, and you buy the whatever's come out first because it would say not available. So that means there's probably something newer come out. Anyway, they're spending thousands of dollars. Now, I just cannot see Tim putting thousands of dollars into equipment. Now, he could search for a sponsor because there was a couple of them that had sponsors from, you know, mounting systems, but that doesn't cover the cameras. And I would say most of them have at least 3 cameras. Now, there was some with 2, but I think the ones that were really getting the views, they had a lot of different cameras, angling different ways. All right. They're also editing. Now, I don't know if they're editing or if they're sending it to a professional editor to edit the videos. Anyway, I cannot see Tim paying an editor. I cannot see Tim going to the detail that these videos were being done. Now, I'm not going to say that there's not a lot of some people don't like edited videos. You know, I get those comments all the time of people thanking me for not making my videos so edited. You know, I put in some words every now and then and, you know, a couple of things every now and then, but I don't want to get it to where, I mean, the blogs, I might want to get to that place, but just me chatting, I don't want to, I just want to talk because I'm a talking head. Okay, now that I've talked about that, I've talked about the motorcycle travels and everything. Anyway, he's going to have to spend a lot of money, so either he's going to have to get a sponsor or he's going to be begging for money, if that's the route he wants to go. Now, I do think some of these motorcycle channels are doing a lot of voiceovers. Now, Tim, I don't think has ever done a voiceover. And I just can't see Tim doing voiceovers. Maybe he could get AI to do a voiceover, but that's not really the same. So I don't know, but I do think a lot of those channels do they print a script out and they do voiceovers. Just putting it out there. I mean, the ones that are getting, you know, hundreds of thousands of views, I mean, they're putting a lot of effort into them, either by paying someone to do it for them or they're doing it and they're spending a lot of time. Some of these are they have tents, and some of them don't. Some of them stay in hotels. You know, the ones I was looking at, most of them were out in the Rockies. But I only went down, you know, I didn't stay on it for hours. I just went down the road for about, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But I did find a mount that I might consider to buy just for me. So anyway, that's all we're going to talk about there. And, you know, like I say, wished him the best. You know, I'm going to put it this way. I don't think he's a nice man. I think he does try to scam people at times. Is he the only YouTuber that does that? No, he's not. I think he's a dry beggar. I think he begs people sometimes. Is he the only YouTuber that does that? No. No, he's not. But I still like to do it. I still like to call him out. And if that makes me a bad person, well, I guess I'm a bad person. All right. Also, he's talking about his weight. The other day, he was talking about, one day he was 189, the next day 193. Well, I'm not going to say your weight can't fluctuate that much, but it's normally because you've either went off the plan or you ate way too much if your weight fluctuates that much in a day when you're on, as he says, carnivore. I don't think he's truly carnivore. Never have, never will. Yes, I think he's cut back tremendously to what he was doing 6 months ago. And hey, that's great for him. You know, I hope he reaches his goal, whatever it is. I really do. You know, as I've said before, I'm not going to down anybody who's trying to better themselves with their weight. And I'm not going to tell them what to eat. It's not any of my business what somebody eats. And I don't want, because another thing is I don't want anybody telling me what to eat. You know, there's things that I'm willing to put up with. If somebody wants to tell me how to film, you can go right ahead. If you want to tell me I'm a bad person, go right ahead. But when you start talking about my weight and what I should or shouldn't eat, chances are you're going to get blocked. Or if you start calling me names saying I'm this or that, or, you know, if you make fun of my neck, it used to bother me. Now I don't really care. But chances are, if you're telling me what to eat, you're going to get blocked. And I'm just not going to have it. Now, I'm not going to say, like I say, I do unblock people, and I'm getting ready to unblock a lot of people today and see what happens. They'll be back, I know, with their little comments saying, but they'll just be put right back. Anyway, I don't want to be as bad as Tim, but I think right now I probably am, because I noticed my comments have really shrunk. Probably got some words in there I need to take out. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. All right, we're moving on now. If you want to drop off from this part of the video, you can. We're going to talk a little bit about beauty, and then I'm going to work. Hey y'all, it's Vicki, and welcome to another video. All right, we're going to talk about, I know you may have just been coming on here from the section of Sarasota Tim. So we're going to talk a little bit about beauty, some couple things that I've purchased, and then we're going to go to work. Okay, here is what the Missha BB Cream looks like that I didn't have with me the other day. It's in this purple tube, and this one is number 25. Now, when I looked on Amazon site, this is sold out or out of stock, whatever. This one is, if you want more yellow based rather than gray based or whatever the other one is, 23, then this is the one you need to go with. I think they all do kind of blend in with your skin no matter what shade they are, but this one just works better for me than 23, so just keep an eye out for it. All right, this is a dupe for the Dibs brush that I saw Lisa raving about. I didn't want to put in $45 or whatever that brush is, and I didn't want to put that much money into it at first, because, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with double-ended brushes. So I found this one on Amazon, and I do like this one. This one is called Do You Care? Do You Care? But there's no O there. Anyway, I do like this one. It's pretty nice. And I haven't washed it yet, so we'll I'll let you know how it washes up. But this one was like, maybe, it might have been $14, so it was still a little higher than what I like to put into brushes, but everything's gone up, so there you have it. All right, this is my mascara that I still is my favorite out of all mascaras at this time, besides the Kiss Me Heroine that is from Japan. This is Exaggerize Volume Mascara from Charlotte Tilbury, and even though it's not tubing, and I love tubing mascaras, it's still great, and it doesn't transfer. I don't have it on today, but I had all this stuff yesterday, and I didn't have time to talk about it. But I love this, and until I find something better, which I have ordered some stuff, this is what I'll buy. And it lasts a long time, you know, unless you wear mascara every day, and I don't. Okay, now, what else we got to show you? Is there anything else in here? I think that's it. Okay, Marsha. My friend Marsha Johnson. Watch her video this morning. She's talking about a fragrance. Can't even think of the name of it. I want to say Poison, but it's not Poison. It's the one from YSL. To me, they're kind of alike. They both make me sick. And when I say they make me sick, they give me a migraine. And I know there are so many people that love those fragrances. You know, back in the 80s and 90s, they were everywhere. Everybody had it on, or I felt like they did. And if I got in the elevator with them, you can bet that within the hour, I'm going to have almost a migraine. And somebody I was in a car with one time had it, and I did get a migraine, and I threw up. You know, so there's something in it that I just don't agree with. So we'll go on from there. And here I've got this in my hand. I didn't show you what it was. Anyway, Marsha, couple of options for you. Fragrance Net buys the ones when they leave the department store. The department store is going to always have your freshest poured fragrances, you know. So when they leave the department store, which is usually 6 months to a year, depending on what it is, Fragrance Net buys those fragrances. So you can get them there usually, sometimes, depending on the fragrance and how old it is, because they do I think they do go by dates. You can get it anywhere from 20% to 50% off. So that's an option. Another thing is, you were talking about the Dossier. I have the Dossier. It was sent to me by mistake when I had ordered something else. It's in a bedroom. I should box it up and send it to you. But y'all know how I don't ever get to the post office. Anyway, the Dossier, it's just like it. I don't know if it has the same ingredients. I've not tried it, but when I did spray it on a piece of paper, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. But I was afraid to try to wear it. I don't like fragrances that I can smell on me. Now, some people think you're supposed to. Some people, that's where people with fragrances, some people want to smell it and some people don't. I don't want to smell it. I don't want people to know when I walk into a room. Now, lots of times people will come in my room here at work and say, "Oh God, you smell good," and they'll say it that way. But as long as I hear that, I know it's off. I know that they really mean it. But if they come in there and say something stinks, then I know that they don't like what I got on, and that don't happen very often. But anyway, and they're not saying when you work in a food manufacturing plant, there are all kinds of scents. And sometimes I probably wear too much, but I wear it for that reason, because you just never know what you're going to smell, around here. Okay. So I would recommend the Dossier if that's what you want and don't want to put the money into it. But if you are wanting to buy a real one, but you still don't want to pay department store prices, check out Fragrance Net. Also, the website that I can't think of it right this minute. I'll list it down below. I've listed them before. Anyway, they make, fragrances that's been discontinued, like My Beautiful Sheer and Beautiful Love. Fragrance Revival, that's it. They also make current versions too. So you could get it on there probably for, I mean, we're talking a big bottle. I'm going to say bigger than 3 ounces, but it may be 3 ounces. But a bottle does me a year when I order Beautiful Share, Beautiful Love. And I wear it a lot. I wear those as a base for a lot of fragrances, you know, when I mix. But anyway, they start at $75 and go up, depending on the size. And normally they'll also send you a little bitty one for your purse. That's an option. But I would say Dossier, any of the others, you know, go to Marshall's, go to TJ Maxx, Ross, and you may find them there. You never know. I've seen them there. I mean, the real thing. They'll be locked up, but go there. If you're ever around one, just run in there for a minute and see. All right, what else we got to talk about? Okay, this is in my hand, and I was going to talk about it. Okay, I don't know if any of y'all watch Marlena Stell. I'm not a fan. She was Makeup Geek or whatever. I'm not a fan of hers because, I don't know, it's a long story. Anyway, she showed this blush on a video that I watched one day because I was bored. So I ordered it. This is the MAC Gingerly Blush. Now, this to me is a blush that you can also wear as a bronzer. And it takes the place, you know, my YSL is at pan, and I'm trying to wait till the sale to buy it, or I'll find something I like better. Now, I do have the Gucci bronzer, and I do like it, but not as good as the YSL. Anyway, this does it. And like I say, this is just your great all-around blush that is a blush bronzer. You don't need both. And it's, you know, it's MAC blushes are powdery, so if I hold it up, it's going to fall out. Anyway, I always never get it. I always put it somewhere where you can't see it. Anyway, that's what it looks like. It's great for fall. And I love it, love it, love it, love it. I know, that hurt your ears, didn't it? I'm sorry. Okay, I gotta go, y'all. Y'all have a great day. And thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And those of you in the cornfield, I'm gonna take you out for a little while. And let's see how good you are. So I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.